Yeah, we like London.
56 days. What's that? New London Inn, what's it called now? The Elm?
Yeah, we like to swimming up in New London a little bit.
Four Corners, get down to Four Corners.
Which one's the Fort?
Flying Goose.
Yeah, we go to Flying Goose.
That's it. Flying Goose is the name of the pub. We played it there.
Suzanne.
Hey, where is everybody?
I don't know.
Thanks a lot.
So Ben,
That's Suzanne.
I'm going to be gone for a couple weeks.
Okay. Where you going? You got internet?
I hope so, but I won't have weights or anything. Puerto Rico?
Nice.
Yeah.
Will you send me a message? Give me a
Text?
Yeah, send me a text message.
Okay. I'll try to join in, but I won't have any weight with me except my elf.
A big rock outside. It'd be good.
Coconuts.
Coconuts.
I'm just hoping to find sand, maybe shells.
Sand will be good too.
Bring some bags.
Yeah, you could actually. That's not a bad idea. You could use a milk jug, or you could use like a soda container. You could fill that up with sand.
Who drinks soda? Maybe a rum bottle or something.
Well, I didn't want to I didn't want to out you or anything, but I know you're drinking soda. So, all right, let's get you guys started. Let's get you guys started. Oh, let's see. Let's do some marching hip-ups. Marching hip-ups. We're gonna go 40 seconds. Marching hip-ups. You can put the leg in if you want to. So we can either just march knee to chest or march with a little bit of a leg extension, throw it in there. But I want you to make sure that when you lift the leg up off the floor, the pelvis stays level. All right, getting 40 seconds, 3, 2, 1, go. You got our hips next. So we're gonna take a knee. Chest is gonna be down a little bit. Okay. And we're just gonna drive forward and back. So looking for stretch in the front of the hip. I do want you to make sure that your back foot is not here, but here. Okay, so kind of heel a little bit to the outside of that knee. We're gonna do 10. Just rocking forward and backward. Good morning. How many days is it?
Well, last 2 nights ago was low pressure, so yesterday it was steady.
So, pat shower.
They were supposed to like pull water from a different area to give us some pressure, and they're still.
All right, gang, once you get that done, we're gonna go belly down. Make sure I know what we're doing today, brand new day. All right, we're gonna go belly down. We're gonna do our iso holds. So we're gonna do a 15-second iso hold. So belly down, we're gonna hold, you got 4 letters. Generally, we go YTWI. Let's switch it up today. We're gonna start with eyes first. So chin tucked. I like to tuck my chin, forehead on the floor. If you want to, you can do this looking straight ahead, that's fine. So we're gonna hold eye position 15 seconds. Then we're gonna go W, and then we go T, and then we go Y. All right, gang, 3, 2, 1, go. Eye position first. Elbows locked, bicep close to ears. Thumbs up. Focus on the shoulder blades, don't focus on the hands. All right, give me a W. Elbows come to torso. Palms are facing the floor. Squeeze in the shoulder blades back together. Okay, give me a T. Slide those hands out, thumbs are up. You're gonna try as much as possible, try and rotate your thumbs back towards your toes. I want you to really try and kind of rotate backwards. All right, give me a Y. Try not to hold your breath. Rest. Okay, so you're gonna do some scorpions. So we're gonna do fist down today. So 2 different ways we can do the scorpion. We can go palm down or fist down. We're gonna do fist down. But if it feels better for you to do palm down, you've done palm down before, that's fine. So I go down, fist goes on the floor. This is my left hand on the floor. Right hand is in a push-up position. I'm gonna push my right hand to the floor. I'm gonna look up over my right shoulder. I'm gonna take my right foot, touch the floor. And then back. We're gonna do 8. If that stretch, you will get a little bit more of an intense stretch with fist. So if it's a little bit too much stretch, go palm down. 8. I want you to really make sure that you're focusing on looking up. I want you to try and get that foot flat on the floor. We're going to do 8 each side. Okay, once you get that done, you should stand up, please. We're going to do some hand walkouts. We're going to do these in a specific way. So there's 2 different ways that I want you to do them. We're going to reach down to the floor. I bend my knees as much as I need to. I'm going to walk myself out into a push-up position. Okay, now the 2 different ways that I want you to do this. The first way is I pipe my hips and I walk my hands back to my feet while keeping my legs relatively straight. The second way is you're going to bend your knees and walk your hands back and kind of like rock butt to heels and then rock back out. So we're going to go a minute. And you guys can either do 2 and 2 or alternate. 3, 2, 1, go. So first one. Basically, you're just reaching down to the floor, bend the knees as much as you need to, walk the hands away, walk the hands back by pushing the butt up. And legs relatively straight. Second one is when you get out into that push-up position, you're gonna bend your knees and you're gonna kind of walk yourself back into a squat position. And then you go back out into that hand walkout. And then you either do the first one or the second. So either alternate or do two switching. We got 20 seconds. When you do that squat, I want you to really try and get your butt as close to your heels as you can. And don't stand up in that position. You're just going to walk right back out. Right. All right, let's do some self-love. So toe touch first. We did a bunch of toe touches, so you shouldn't have to do that many toe touches. So maybe like 3. Butt goes back, reach down to the ground. Remember, I want you to move through your hips first, then round your spine. Do not want you to round your spine first. 3. We just did a bunch of toe touches. After your toe touch, we got our deep squat. About 6 deep squats, where you can hang out in that deep squat position and just kind of rock side to side. After your deep squat, we got arms overhead. You can hang from a pull-up bar. You can stand tall and just bring arms overhead. You can lay on your belly and slide hands overhead. You can lay on your back and go hands overhead. However you do it, I want your arms close to your body, biceps close to your body, elbows locked. Arms overhead position is very important. It seems silly, but it's very important. Then we got our thoracic spinal waves. Move that spine. Remember, guys, I want you to push your hands into the ground. I want you to tuck your chin round through your upper back. Shake the tail feather a little bit. And then arch. And I want you to mostly be focusing on what's happening between the shoulders. About 4. And we'll do our wrist lug. For the wrist lug, palms down, fingertips away. If fingers are pointing away from you, then to make it easier, you slide hands away from you. You go in the direction of the fingertips to make it easier. 8. Then we're going to go palm up, fingertips towards us. If fingertips are pointing towards you, same idea, go in the direction of the fingertips. So you slide the fingertips closer to your heels or closer to your knees. Make this as easy as you need to. Again, last one, palms down. Fingertips towards us. Fingers spread. All right. So we're gonna break these 4 exercises up into 2 rounds for today, just to make it a little bit easier to kind of teach you guys how to do this stuff. So we're gonna do our dead bugs and our lateral shuffles together. And then we'll do our half kneeling dumbbell chop or kettlebell chop and our jog in place or high knees together. Okay, so dead bug, we did this last phase. Here, okay, I would like for you guys to try doing it one side at a time. So when I do one side at a time, one leg moves, one arm moves. That's it. Okay, don't do this. That's the first exercise. Second exercise is our lateral shuffle. So lateral shuffle, a couple different ways you can do this. I only have about a 4-foot mat, 6-foot mat. Okay, so I'll do it in this space just to kind of demonstrate you don't need that much space. So 2 different ways to do this. The first way is to just kind of stay nice and tall, and we kind of take it like basically just a lateral tall shuffle. Okay. The second way, make it a little harder, is we're gonna put a squat in. So I touch down right hand, right side. I shuffle over, touch down left hand, left side, shuffle over, back to right. When you guys are doing the shuffle, the most important thing I want you to focus on, try to keep your heels off the floor. So I want you on the balls of your feet. All right. So we're gonna do 8 dead bugs on each side. And then we're gonna do 10 lateral shuffles each side. We're gonna go 2 minutes. All right, guys, 3, 2, 1, go. So 8 dead bugs, slow. Do these dead bugs slow. Yeah. Okay, then we're gonna go into our lateral shuffle. If you guys have more space, use that space. But just remember, the longer you're shuffling, the longer you will shuffle. That's some genius shit right there. That's profound shit. Write that down. The longer you drive your car, the longer you will drive. There you go. Find that shit. We're gonna go 2 minutes. Nice and easy, gang. I have 8 each side. 8 dead bugs each side. I forget what number I said, but we'll go with 8. 8 dead bugs each side, 8 shuffles each side. You're gonna be breathing a little bit hard after those shuffles. Make sure you don't hold your breath when you're doing the dead bugs. 30 seconds. If you want to make those dead bugs a little bit harder, you can think about bringing chin to chest. Kind of pushing the lower back into the floor. 20 seconds. Seconds, gang. I love it. You guys are all doing these dead bugs great. Nobody's screwing it up, except for Margaret almost did it right there. All right, gang, right. That's right. Okay, so half kneeling chop. You can use a dumbbell, you can use a kettlebell. Generally speaking, lighter is better for this. Okay, if it's too heavy, you end up just moving around a little bit too much. So I'm going to show you guys kind of 2 different angles that we can do this from. Half kneeling position. I have a 10-pound weight plate. I would probably do this exercise like a 10-pound or 15-pound weight. Okay, so I'm going to hold on to my weight plate. My eyes don't move, so my eyes are always straight ahead for this exercise. So the thoracic spine is going to rotate underneath of your head. So I grab that plate, I'm going to bring it to the outside of my hip. As much as I can. Okay, this is good, it's better, better, better. So I'm gonna rotate as much as I can with my eyes straight ahead. And I'm gonna bring it up in a diagonal motion. So I'm just gonna bring it straight up and back down. So I stay straight ahead. And I bring it up. You're gonna bring it up as high as you can to be able to keep your elbows locked. So for me, that's it right about there. If I go further, I have to start to bend my elbow, right? So that's what I want you guys focusing on. Rotate as much as you can. Rotate as much as you can to keep your elbows straight, eyes straight ahead. And then we're gonna superset that with high knees. Only thing I really want you focusing on for the jog in place with the high knees, you could bounce if you wanted to. Obviously, you could jog in place, you could drive the knees up higher. The only thing I really want you to focus on is heels off the floor. So I want you to imagine that your feet are pogo sticks. We're trying to keep those heels off the floor. Okay, so same thing, 2 minutes. We're gonna do 6 to 8 chops each side. Don't go too fast. And we're gonna do 15 jog in place each foot. 3, 2, 1, go. So 6 to 8 and 15. Ideally, back foot is active versus passive. Active back foot is going to give you a little more stability through the pelvis. Passive back foot, you're going to kind of move the pelvis around a little more. 6 to 8.
Very bottom. Don't bend your elbows, bring it up, don't bend your elbows, don't bend your elbows, there.
Straight ahead, gang. And when we're doing this, the idea is that our arms are just these long levers that don't bend. And we're moving our chest. So I start from here and I bring it up. So you'll notice that I'm moving through my chest. I'm not just trying to move my arms. That's the hardest. Moving through that chest. And then we're just doing high knees, 15, or bouncing, or regular, just kind of jogging in place, but we're trying to keep the heels off the floor with pogo sticks. Once you get 15, you're going to go back into that chop. And go ahead and finish on each side for your chop. That is 2 minutes. Make sure you're equal on the chops. We're going to take a little breather. All right, guys, you grab some juice, grab some water. So, first 2 exercises. First exercise gonna be feet elevated, hip ups. And then we can take out the single leg and make it a little harder. So, feet elevated, on the ground, chair, couch, bench, box, whatever you want to use to elevate your feet. They should be approximately knee level. Okay, so I can maybe go a little bit higher, maybe, right? As far as the bend, I want you to have, basically you can be anywhere from this position to about here. Farther away, we don't get as much out of it. Too close, just kind of feels a little too funky. So you want to try and keep it around approximately that 90-degree angle. Toes are pointing straight up. Whenever I do this exercise, I always imagine I'm holding a tennis ball between my big toes. Because a lot of times people want to kind of point their toes out to the side. So imagine that you're holding that tennis ball in between your big toes. From here, you're just going to drive hips up. Okay? Now I'm actively pushing my heels down and pulling my heels towards my butt. If you just focus on driving hips up, you will feel the hamstrings. But if you could push your hips up while you're also dragging your heels down and pulling them towards your butt, you're going to feel a lot. Obviously, single leg, you take a 1 foot off the bench or chair. So that's your first exercise. Weight across the pelvis makes it harder, obviously. Second exercise. Supinated rows. Supinated just means palms away. So we can do this any way that's comfortable for you. So we can go into a bench over row position. Hands away. Okay. We could do this in a standing row position. You'll have 2 bands like this, palms away. Okay. Anything that you want. I will set up some bands for you guys in-house. But obviously you can use dumbbells. You can do this seated. That's fine too with a band. We're gonna go for today. Let's have everybody do feet elevated, hip ups, both feet together, and we'll add weight to the pelvis if we need to. We're gonna go 5 minutes. Should really get 2 to 3 rounds done in 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go. For the hip ups, you're going up to 25. For the rows, you're doing up to 25 as well. Yeah, you should be feeling this hamstring and glutes. Every couple reps, depending on what you're doing with your feet, you might have to adjust yourself closer to the bench, box, chair, whatever. Because depending on what you're doing with your feet, you have a tendency to kind of push yourself away. Everything's the same. You just drive those hands.
Turn.
You don't have to turn. For the supinated row, generally speaking, we row in a neutral grip. Neutral grip just means palms facing each other. Supinated, palms away. Now, some of you guys might feel this a little more in your biceps. For me, it's really hard to supinate in a row. So a lot of times when I finish at the top, I'm still going to be in a palm out position, but it might look a little bit kind of like a 45-degree angle between neutral and supinated. So take home point for the rows is don't row neutral grip. That's your take home point. We're going to talk about weight. So weight is also an issue in the sense that if I'm 200 pounds and I'm trying to pull 125 pounds, that's really hard to work some body weight, right? So it's going to be jerking you around. So you're going to hit that number a lot easier than I will. And that's usually what we see around 40%-ish of body weight. Palms up, right? Palms up. With this palms up row, gang, a lot of you are going to feel this a lot more in your biceps. That's not bad. with the back exercise, I want you focusing on trying to use your back. Weight to those bilateral hip ups to make them a little bit more challenging. We got about 2.5 minutes for 2 to 3 rounds. Again, for the weight, you want to make sure that that weight is as close to your pelvis as you can get it. We want it as far from your belly button as we can get it. We don't want it resting on the thighs. There is a sweet spot. If the weight is too close to the belly button, it doesn't move that much because your belly button is not really moving a lot in this exercise. The pelvis is what's moving. So that's why we want the weight as much as possible directly over top of the pelvis. We got 90 seconds, gang. About 50 seconds. Thirty seconds, gang. Jay, you want me to talk about ads?
Yeah.
All right. I'm talking about ads. I'm about the core stuff.
I don't think we do enough of that. I mean, we do a lot of core stuff.
No. Rest. That's a good one. That's all right.
Huh?
I can run with that one for fucking hours. That one.
Yeah.
I gotta write that one. No. That's not all right. It seems like we do a lot of core stuff, but not ad stuff. Done. That was about that. Eight. All right. First strength series done. Second strength series. We got a mechanical drop set lateral squat. Oval. So we're going to go legs wide. Very similar to a sumo stance. Now, depending on the length of your legs, you might go wider or shorter. I'm going to let that up to you to figure out. But generally speaking, it basically should be a relatively easy step out and then back. And that is about what my lateral squat stance is going to be like, okay? I like to rotate toes out a little bit. It feels better in my hips. It feels better for you to point your toes straight ahead. That's fine. So mechanical drop set lateral squat is going to work exactly the same way as our mechanical drop sets we did in the last series. I'm going to hold a weight chin level, right? I can hold a bow tie, goblet. It needs to be high, okay? So if you want to hold it like this, it needs to stay high on your chest because we want it far away from our pelvis. So you're going to do 8 to 10, and I'm going to slide over. It's important that you guys think about sliding over, not rotating over. Okay, so it's not a rotational lateral squat. It's a lateral squat. So I want to slide over. So I slide over, I do 8 to 10, holding a weight. I drop that weight down. I'm going to hold it in the midline of my body. Another 8 to 10. But drop the weight, but try and get all the way down to the floor, 8 to 10. This should be a lot of glutes and a lot of quads. Second exercise, standing front raises. Think about this exercise the same way that you would think about a full range of motion side delt raise. Relatively lightweight, depending on your range of motion. So bigger the range of motion, lighter the weight. If it feels great for you to go all the way up, slow on the down, awesome. If you want to go to here and go slow on the down, that's fine too. But ideally, try and go through as big a range of motion as possible. Don't go up too fast because you won't feel it. So you do kind of have to go slow on the up, slow on the down. Those are your two exercises. We're going to do 5 minutes. Today's a heavy delt day. Help with that hourglass. That V. All right, so 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go. For the lateral squats, it's 8 to 10 each position, each side. So we're here. I'm going to go 8 to 10 squats, and then I bring the weight down, and I'm going to do 8 to 10 deadlifts, and I drop the weight, touch the floor 8 to 10 times. Then you switch sides to the other side. Please let me know if you guys are feeling this a lot in your hips, the joints, the sockets. Sometimes getting into this position and doing these exercises sometimes makes your hips feel a little bit stretched, for lack of a better term. Once you get 8 to 10 weight held at top, 8 to 10 weight held at hips, you're going to drop that weight. You're going to try and get all the way down to the floor, touching the floor. Then we got our front delt raises. Now we're working those delts a little tiny bit when we're doing our held at top lateral squat. So if you're feeling it a lot in your arms and you're holding that weight at top, I don't think anybody for this workout doesn't look like anybody's using crazy weight. But if you're feeling a lot in your arms in that first movement, then take a little breather before you start it again after your front delt raise. So front delt raise is just here. I'm going to have a little bit of a lean forward, like 10 degrees. And I'm just going to bring it up as high as I feel comfortable. And then back down nice and slow. Back up. We're going to do about 10. You can bring your hands out, kind of go into more of a wide position if that feels better, or have them straight ahead. The biggest thing for this exercise is palms down. Although having said that, if you do want to do a palms up, or excuse me, neutral grip, thumbs up, that's fine. So if it feels better for you to do it in a neutral grip, that's okay. Doesn't change the exercise that much.
My feelings.
If you find yourself doing something like this, then sit your ass down in the chair. Okay? So the only thing that should be moving is your arms. But depending on your body weight and how much weight you're lifting, you might actually have to have a seat and do this exercise. You feel this in your delts. Depending on your hand position, this is going to be front and side delts. For all of you, it looks like for the most part, everybody's doing a palm down. So you should actually be feeling that kind of front and side for palm down. We're going to go 5 minutes, like 2 rounds. Maybe 1.5. Actually, I do want 2 rounds, so I'm going to give you guys another 2-ish minutes to to get 2 rounds done. Like I said, gang, this should be butt and quads. Feeling it?
Oh, yeah.
Feeling it?
Yeah.
Butt. Remember, gang, I want to burn. I want to burn in the booty. I want to burn in the quads. I want you focusing on using that muscle. Don't just think about doing a movement. Actively think about trying to contract those muscles that are working. You will feel it more. If I can get you to do 2 sets and get the same out of it as 4 sets, I'd rather you do 2 sets. I want 2 rounds done lower body. If we only get 1 round done the upper body, that's fine because we can put it back into the next round. So we got about 45 seconds to finish 2 rounds lower body. 1 round upper body is fine. We're going to put it into the second exercise or second circuit.
Back straight.
So, both of you. To think about. So instead of doing this, okay, I want you to think about doing this. So basically, think about looking at the ground and think about dropping your chest down. It's the same movement. Everything's the same. Yeah, I don't think so much touching pelvis. Think about dropping the rib cage. Yeah, like that. Oh, feel better?
Yeah.
Feel better? Yeah. You might have to go a little more into an arch. All right, gang, rest. Last strength theory. So first of all, you're going to finish your front delt raise. So if you didn't get 2 sets done of your front delt raise, you're going to do that exercise first. Okay. First lower body exercise is a low walking lunge. This is exactly what it sounds like. Sometimes we call these duck walks. But basically what's going to happen is I'm going to start in a lunge position. You can be in a short stance, you can be in a regular stance. It really does not matter for this exercise. I'm going to imagine that I'm in a room that only has like a 3-foot high ceiling. Okay, so I can't stand up. So low lunge. That's basically it. You're just trying to stay as low to the floor as possible. Now, if that bothers your knees, please let me know. And I'll give you some modifications. And you take as big of a step or as small a step as you want, but stay low. Second exercise, side delt raises, held at top. So basically, 2 light dumbbells. We're going to bring it up. We're going to pause for about a second or 2. Bring it back down. Bring it back up. Pause for a second or 2. We can do this with bent elbows. Okay, that's fine. You could also bring them out a little bit this way versus this way. That feels better on you. But when you get to that pause, when you pause, make sure that you are actively feeling it in your delts, because sometimes when you hit that pause, you feel it more in your triceps and your forearms. Okay, so delts. Last exercise, twisting bicep curls. So 2 dumbbells. We're going to basically just start in like a neutral position. Okay, my elbows are a little bit in front of my torso. As I curl up, I twist palms to shoulders. And then as I go back down, I twist back to that regular position. Okay, so that's it. You're just twisting in the middle, little squeeze, back down. So if you didn't get 2 sets of front delt raises, give me 1 set. We're going to go for 8 minutes. A very easy finisher at the end. 3, 2, 1, go. For your low walking lunges, you are doing 10 to 20. Watch me. Thing, kind of like that, but come up enough to be able to take a step forward. Yes, that's it right there, Jake. You got it. But you're sneaking in. You're sneaking into your house. You don't want anybody to see you or hear you. Sneaky, sneaky. For your side delt raises 8 to 10. Remember, you're going to hold in that top position for about 2 seconds. Low. 10 to 20 low lunges. Sneaking into your house. Parents said be home by midnight. It's 1 a.m. Drunk and high. They move the couches around. That's what my mom would do to me. She would move the house around and then she would turn the lights off. And I'd come home and no shit, I'd trip over things. We got our twisting curls next. The twisting curls basically just at the bottom, let the hands kind of sit however you want to. But as you come up, you're rotating into that supinated position. Palms are going to shoulders, thumbs are on the outside, pinkies are trying to rotate as much as possible. And then we come back down and I let that hand position just kind of fall natural. For the curls, as many as possible, maybe like 15. 15 to 20 is good. Walking lunges are 10 to 20 or a burn. It should be pretty easy for you guys to get that burn in the walking lunges. Give you guys some titanium. Yeah, generally slower better for the low walking lunges. And that should be all quads. Some of you might feel your glutes, that's great, but you should feel like 80% quads. How's that thing more better? We're going 8 minutes down here, 4 minutes down. Get you. Okay, please let me know if you have any pain. Lower back, knees, shoulders, major joints, elbows. We got about 2.5 minutes. Two minutes. Good job, Henry. About 90 seconds. We got 3 exercises in this series. I'm happy with 2 rounds. If you get more than that, great. Thirty seconds. That's stress. Finisher, easy finisher today, push-ups. Or anything, so today's a great workout, we pretty much hit everything. Thighs, delts, butt, quads, hamstrings. Pretty much everything. The only thing we didn't really hit that hard today was triceps, chest, so basically our pushing muscles. So you can pick anything you want to do or press. The easiest thing to do is a push-up. But you can do a floor press, you do a push-up, you got a bench, you can do a dumbbell bench press. Those are going to be probably your 3 main exercises. Is one of those 3. Push-ups obviously being the easiest. So let's just stick with push-ups just to make this really simple and neat. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna pick a number between 1 and 10. Now, the harder the push-ups are, the lower your number. So if it's really hard for you to do push-ups, pick like 1 or 2. If it's really easy for you to do push-ups, you're gonna pick 10. These are gonna be push-ups on your knees. So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna pick your number. For me, I would pick 10. I'm gonna do 10 push-ups on my knees as fast as I can. And then I'm gonna pick my hands back off my knees. This is my rest position. I'm gonna count to 10 as slow as I need to. Then I go and do another 10. And I count to 10 as slow as I need to. Now let's say I pick 2. I do 2 push-ups. And then I count to 2. Somehow as slow as possible. Okay? So obviously if you do more push-ups, you get a little bit more rest. If you do less push-ups, you get a little less rest, but you're also doing less push-ups. So what we're gonna do is 3 minutes. These are on your knees. These are on your knees because I want you to focus on the pecs and the triceps. 3, 2, 1, go. Push-ups on your feet. Amazing core exercise. decent upper body exercise, really amazing core exercise. Push-ups on your knees, amazing upper body exercise. Unless you can do 10 push-ups with your knees off the floor with a high amount of ease, then by all means, go ahead. I'm gonna go 3 minutes, gang. I do not care how fast you do these push-ups. Good job, gang. You got about 90 seconds. You should have a good pump in triceps and pecs. Some of you might be starting to count by quarters. 1, 1 1/4, 1 1/2,
Still counting.
1 3/4, absolutely. Do it by points, 1.1, 1.2. One minute. Seconds. Almost done, gang. $15.
Did you ever hear? Did you ever hear? We did that.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. That was your like tracks. Rest.
Just one meet.
Okay. Interesting.
Do
You guys are done. Suzanne, good job. All these other slack. Huh? What's going on?
That was hard. Push-ups.
Actually, I think it's ready. On that gray. Yeah. Good job, Suzanne.
Thank you.
Send me a message. Give me a breakdown.
Yeah, I'm sort of gonna be hiking a little, but anyway, I'll contact you.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Ben. See you.
See ya.
See you on the 22nd.
Sounds good.